See the raised hand of the Cocks.
Yeah, boys.
Dan Ballet from Bath University. It's not quite ready.
Often these nervous moments, you see the coxswains just exchanging hands. One gets ready and then the other just wants to make sure they're right. So they look good now.
Good to go. So the Australians in the green and gold on the yellow. Opportunity for them to take an early lead here. A really powerful start. Powerfully off the pontoon and past Temple Island, and that is a very impressive start from King's College, Queensland, isn't it? Really powered off the pontoon there.
Yeah, and you really could see that power. That first stroke, actually, the boat came back towards us, and then there was actually a catch on the left-hand side, the blades, but they're into their rhythm now, and look at that, they are powering it along. They're borrowing the Cambridge University blades, it looks like there, and they have got a very high rate there that they're pushing it through. Bath University, they need to dig in at this stage. They look like they've got into a nice, long, loose rhythm, but at the moment it's the Queensland club from Brisbane that is going off well, Tim.
So good start from the Australians. Bath University trying to keep in contention. Not much doubt, wasn't much subtlety, was there, about the race plan there from the Australians. They were going to give it some welly right from the off, forge as much of a lead as they can, and now they're going to try and hang on.
Well, this is side-by-side racing. It's gladiatorial. That's what this regatta is about. And if you can get yourself up in the early stages, it gives you strength and power. You can see the other crew. And Bath University, they have got into a good rhythm. They look long and loose. But at the moment, all the power and the strength with the heavier crew, the King's College crew.
Only came together in April, this crew. The rowers competing at nationals and selection trials as well, so they've been busy elsewhere. Won the Brisbane Inter-College Regatta, convincingly enough. Been over here for a while, and we're involved in the Marlow Regatta as well.
And I think it's a real advantage to be here for a bit. You get an idea of you know, they'll be training on this water, you get an idea of what the water feels like, but nothing prepares you for that first time you go off the start, how the nerves feel. And look here, we've got Bath University there, they look loose, long, relaxed, really nicely with their legs, working together, but that Queensland, that fast start, it's held them in good stead, Tim.
You see Henry Jones on the right, the bow seat of the Bath University boat. And it's all about the Australian boat at the moment, isn't it? The bow seat for the Australians, Blake Tazwat. Thomas Cooper, the Cocks there, will just be urging the Australians on, knowing that they've got this race at their mercy. If they can hold it together, they've got a good, comfortable 3 or 4 length lead there, haven't they? That's a substantial lead mid-race.
And the standard of crews in this event is really noticeable. No schoolboy crew got into the qualifiers. Quite often we see that you get a lot of the school second boats in this event, but this year not a single one qualified. It's been a really good standard, and this King's College crew, I think, has come here with a lot to do in this event, but they've set their stall out early.
Yeah, we saw Oxford Brooks win the Temple last year against Harvard. Or single colleges, smaller universities and schools that aren't in the Princess Elizabeth, this one.
That's right, if you go up to the Charterley progress board there, you can see them lifting up that number 1, indicating that crew number 1 is in the right place, and gosh, this coxswain has made sure
they need to be a little bit
on the right
careful.
side of the river.
They are actually very close to the boom there, aren't they, the Australians? On the right side of the river to the extreme. They were flirting with danger there, the Australians. They dropped the rate right down because they think they've got this race done, but they're going to need to keep concentrating. Those wooden booms are handily placed to cause them a problem, aren't they?
Well, that's it. And then to the stroke side oarsmen there, they really need to make sure that they are not pushing their bows into the booms, as you like. The bow siders, the natural reaction as a row when you come close to those is almost to back off, and that's the worst thing you could possibly do because your boat then goes further into them. I think the coxswain's got it back under control, maybe a lack of concentration there, actually.
It was a hairy moment, wasn't it? Because they've got such a substantial lead. We've seen boats in big races here at Henley's in recent years with big leads lose their concentration closer to the finish line than that, come to grief. So that's a lesson to anybody who's competing later in the week watching these pictures. Keep concentrating.
Yeah, and you can see just before the mile signal there, number 2's just gone up. There's a gap in the booms, and those gaps can, the water can just feel differently, it can move the boat differently, and you've noticed again the coxswains come maybe slightly into the booms. I think they're just getting used to holding this course and making sure that they keep the boat where they want to.
Bath University just hoping for an Australian problem. I'm not sure it's going to be delivered. See there in the stroke seat for Bath University, Thomas Bowles puffing his cheeks out, trying to take on as much air as he can. This is a stage of the race where it'll hurt, isn't it, Sarah? Especially if you're coming second.
Well, I think it hurts both at this stage. It's when you finish that when you've won it, it hurts less. But at this point, yeah, the legs are aching, the lungs are aching. And Bath University, they've held it on. They've got a beautiful flat stroke there. They are holding and giving their boat all the chance. But at the moment, the King's College Queensland crew, they're just stronger. But look at that, Bath, they're not giving up. They're pushing up as we come into this latter half of the race.
Certainly not giving up. Last 100 metres or so of the race, and the Australians, King's College Queensland, in the Temple Challenge Cup, heading for the line. Really powerful start was what their race is all about. Out of Temple Island with incredible power. Very impressive sight. The men's 8 with the Cox powering off Temple Island, and ultimately to victory in the Temple Challenge Cup heat. Very good from them.
Yeah, done their morning's work there. That was a good heat there. A little bit of a scare at about just before the mile, caused by actually maybe a little bit of lack of concentration. They'll have learnt from that, and they'll take that in tomorrow.
So the Australians progress in the Temple Challenge Cup, and for Bath, they can enjoy the rest of the regatta without the strains of racing.